Okay, there we go. What's up, Short Weekly? What's up, Chibi? What's up, Minute Lad? What's up, Gaming Master? What's up, Raffy? What's up, Kamikaze? What the? What's up, Random Tall Guy? What's up, FBI for Tacos? We are roughly... I don't really know. I think once this section is done, I think we'll be 60... 68% done, 67, something like that. There we go. Give me a second, I'm adjusting the... There you go. That's better. I am gonna be done once I mine the... Also, I need to do something real fast. Once I mine the entire world. Or console size world, if you mean that, but... Or you mean the, section, then... I have exactly 25 layers left. Okay, so I need to go put a sign up because somebody actually joined Patreon. It was... What was his name? Shoot. Forgot what it was. Give me a second. So Raphael. It's kind of funny. I guess he forgot that he subscribed from one of the blow-ups. Okay. His name Canadian Warrior. There it is. Yeah, a new Iron Patron. Thank you, Canadian Warrior. I don't think you're here, but you may be here. I don't know. $3 Patreon. It's in the description if you want to join. You can do it one time only, and you'll be fine. You can even literally just join and leave if you want to. If you want your name in this world, it's in the description. I think I already said that, but whatever. Yeah, Canadian Warrior. Okay, there we go. Actually, I'm not really using my normal chair at the moment. It's kind of complicated, but for now, I'm using a old, it's kind of funny to say this, but I'm using an old subwoofer that I used to have that broke, unfortunately. And, I'm using it as like a stool that I'm sitting on. It's kind of funny. At the moment. Pretty nice. But oh well. What's up, Brayden? Yeah, people use them to play in the background most of the time. It's kind of funny. I mean, it makes sense. To be honest, I'm really actually not surprised. Yeah, that's actually another reason why I'm doing it, is for posture. It's getting better. It's definitely gonna take a pretty, even for me, it's gonna be a pretty hard habit to break, is posture. I mean, to be fair, I've been doing it, my posture's been pretty bad for a long time, so this is helping. It forces me to I have good posture. I streamed 2 days. I guess you got really unlucky because I actually streamed 2 days in a row. I first started streaming 2 days ago again. The one day I'm not going to be streaming for sure is Tuesday. So like 2 days from now. Probably gonna be streaming tomorrow. Tuesday's gonna be the day I'm not gonna be streaming. What's up, cool Travis? Been a while. For almost everybody. And including myself. Yeah, it would be faster and it would be a bit more efficient just because each pickaxes last over 8,000 durability instead of 6,000. It'd be a bit more efficient, but at the same time, it'd be impossible in this world anyway. It would be faster though. It'd be a bit harder to get pickaxes for sure, but just because I don't think there are any villagers that sell netherite pickaxes, are there? I don't think there is. I'm pretty sure it's just diamond from the toolsmith, unless they changed it. I never thought about that till you mentioned that actually. Theoretically, what would it be like if I had to replace the pickaxes? I think it's definitely going to be a nice update, the Caves and Cliffs update. I looked into it a little bit more. Not that much though, because I don't really care too much about the updates at the moment, I'll be honest, because I have a lot of things on my plate anyway, so. What's up, Diamond Henry? Oh yeah, totally. It completely changed. And now I'm not gonna get any things about. I'm not gonna get any comments on why don't you use another right now. I'm gonna say like, why are you still doing this project when it's going in? How are you still gonna do this project 1.17? I'm calling you now. Somebody's gonna say it. I'm pretty sure somebody's gonna say it. It's like we have a new comment about the updates that don't matter whatsoever. I hate how Java and Legacy console looks so similar. The reason it ruined it is because the world height, the world depth of the world went from layer 4 to -64 or something like that. It's kind of crazy actually. I think it was -64 if I remember correctly, seeing a post on it. I'm not entirely too sure. Also, I looked at the Menticle Wikipedia, the fandom wiki. And it's definitely not what I was expecting. It's actually pretty funny. What's up, Chibi? I do not play Java. The last time I played Java was with my friends, and we played a little bit of Bed Wars just at like 10 o'clock a few months ago. Actually, several months ago. That's the last time I played Java. At least I think it is. It was pretty fun, don't get me wrong, but it's definitely not something I would continue to do. Also, I updated my PS4 logo, and I updated PS4 name. I'm probably not going to be adding anyone until later on. I changed it to Mythical instead of Bedrock Massacre. Also, I need to put that wiki link in my... I don't even know if I should do that or not, but I'll put my wiki link, that wiki link of... in the description. Height infinity. Yes. I forgot what else. There was some really funny ones on there actually. I'll have to look back on it. Wait, what do you mean? When I had to press a button the entire time, is that not how does push to talk even work actually? I think I know what it means, though I'm not too sure. What's up, Mr. Burrito? I tried to look up the website. I couldn't find it when looking it up. That's kind of difficult to do on a game like this when I have to constantly be moving. I don't know how that would work when I have two hands on a controller. I'd literally have to stop every single time I wanted to talk. That would kind of that would be very inefficient after a while. That's what I'm doing. Like, I can do this, muting. Yeah, I can mute it. There we go. Yeah. I think TNT dupers do work, and they actually work really well, apparently. So yeah, TNT is actually super optimized, even though I thought it wasn't for some stupid reason at some point, because I was being stupidly holding on to that thought way too long, instead of actually verifying it, because I was retarded at that time. But now I'm learning my lesson on that, and not holding on to what I know, even if it's painful. They do work, that's just not the point of the project. That's in the description as well as one of the FAQ questions. I don't know why I thought it was laggy. I was thinking of something else for some reason. I still thought it was for console, but nope, that's for Java. Even I think TNT dupers in general may be actually efficient even on Java. I think it just depends on how big you make the TNT dupers. I could be wrong though. Yeah, I do remember that. It does not lag. I verified right after, and yeah, it doesn't. Good thing those two people, I don't know who they were, but they proved that correct when I was talking to them about them. Well, they didn't prove it, but they said it was correct. They said that it wasn't laggy with their own experience. So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go and look real fast, and yeah, it wasn't laggy. Yeah, that's something I've learned being a TI user. Is just first thing is try not to remember when to shut your mouth. That's one thing. And then second thing is try not to overburden people with what you think constantly. Kind of the same thing. It's just because it kind of becomes arrogant after a while. You kind of sound arrogant after a while. And then the third thing is I think that would be pretty interesting. Nobody's actually done that yet, surprisingly. And then the final thing would be learn when to listen to other people when it comes to subjects. This is kind of similar to shutting your mouth. I think just shutting your mouth when it comes to other people's thoughts constantly is probably the most important lesson for any TI user or logical person in general. Because I've gained way more value out of listening more than talking. Trust me when I tell you that. You will learn way too much. I mean, you'll learn way more. And you'll get used to being wrong more than being right, which is way better. You might as well almost try to be wrong, then you either don't say anything or you're wrong. I wouldn't say, don't say assume that you're wrong, but dang, you just would have to be more open-minded towards the thoughts and knowing that you may not actually know what the heck you're talking about in a specific subject. Or that you can't convince everybody. That's another thing. Either you can't convince somebody or you're not convincing enough. That's a big problem I've had. Even if you have the evidence, you still can't convince somebody. Yeah, it's still kind of a problem. It's a pesky bird. I don't know. This is how I do shovels. I actually don't use enchanted books for shovels. I can now, but these are old shovels, and this shovel right here, I just enchanted it in the enchantment table and then put mending on it. I didn't do anything extra. Now I can do put enchanted books on it, so I don't have to worry about getting lucky with my enchantments. How much dirt do I have? I think 1.3 million, I think. I could be wrong about that. It's been a while, and I have to remember, but somewhere around that number. At least over 1 million, I know for sure. Over 1 million dirt. Which, I don't know how many people can say they have over 1 million dirt stored. Like, I didn't keep all the stone blocks, but even since the beginning, I've been keeping almost all of the dirt in my world. Or at least trying to. It's been a while since I've run the numbers through. Oh, there it is. This link. Thing about the truth thing, the logical or TI, is that you have to really just have to learn when to close your mouth and when to open it. It's probably just the key. Those are the two key concepts. In my case right now, it doesn't really matter that much what I talk about. I just have to, if somebody does say something about, it's really about challenge. How do you accept, not accept challenge, but how do you deal with challenge? That's the biggest problem. TIers don't like to be challenged, even though they try to resist either other people's thoughts or other people's challenges to their own thinking, which limits them in generally. So I'd rather just, you know what, I'll just take the loss. If I'm wrong, then I know something more than I did before I was wrong in the first place. So it's more of a benefit than anything. I think a lot of people need to start letting go. Oh yes. I wonder how many people would click on a video if I made a video that's literally just 1 million dirt showcase. Over 1 million dirt collected. Just like a short video. I could even do a hashtag short video. It'd be kind of funny. Maybe not funny, but I mean, it would be more of an experiment than anything else. Okay. Like, how many people do you think would click on a 1 million block dirt vid? Imagine trying to place 1 million dirt. I actually used a lot of the coal for sponges. Unfortunately, I could have used way less coal. You don't even want to know how much coal I could have by this point. If you consider the fact that how much I used for the sponges for some reason, even though I thought that was a very efficient method, even though it wasn't an efficient method when I could literally just place it in a desert biome and just dry up the sponges. Fortunately, I didn't think of that for some reason. Oh god. Should I make that video? That would be kind of funny. I mean, it wouldn't take that much effort. It would be an interesting experiment for this channel. It could intrigue some people into this channel. I don't really know. You know YouTube with those hashtag shorts videos. You know how many videos, like random videos, get like 10,000 views for some weird reason. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying any of the videos aren't interesting. It's just kind of crazy that channels that only have a couple hundred subscribers get 10,000 view short videos. Yeah. Drink more water. I've been very consistent with water. I have a 64-ounce bottle. Yeah. I mean, I don't find them annoying. It's just, it's kind of funny how they're just kind of a thing now on YouTube. I think it'd be interesting to make a short video, small videos, 1 million dirt. I mean, come on, it's probably the most interesting thing that I could do on this channel for that, just for an experiment purpose only. I mean, I've already done a few experimental videos and they really haven't worked out, and this may be one that could be interesting. What's up, General Twaff? Let's go with General. It's actually a juice bottle, but I turned it into a water bottle. The thing about the spawn... Okay, so I do have a spawn set, but the problem, if anybody new joined this world, they would just die as soon as they join the world because the spawn center is completely destroyed. So as soon as you join the world, you just straight up... Yeah, you just fall to your death. Because it's so high up, even at layer 64, the respawn invincibility isn't as high. At least I don't think it is. As long as you don't move, I think you may survive. I could be wrong about that, though. It's just juice. I mean, 64 ounces isn't too big. It's like one of my family's diet cranberry bottles thing, juices. And I turned it into a water bottle after they drank it. I just cleaned it out real fast, just... Yeah. It takes forever to fill up, but honestly, it's worth it. It lasts forever, and I can drink without having to get up every single 5 seconds, because I actually drink quite a bit of water now. Gallon, or a little bit more in some cases. Maybe a little bit more. Actually, 64 ounces is usually the standard size. Gallon is pretty big. I think there are some that are a little bit... I mean, it could depend on the area, though. Because some... Like, those orange juice, those gallon orange juices as well, that are pretty normal. Like, the gallon of milk jugs. Yeah, there's juice. Okay. Oh yes. I don't actually know what the recommended amount. I think it's 96 ounces or something like that normally for a person. That is considering what you do during the day, though. That's recommended. That's like average. I think the most gallons of water you can actually drink in a setting is 6 gallons before you literally die. Kind of a weird fact. I don't know why I know that, but it's been so long though since I've seen that fact. You may want to look it up. Kind of weird. It's you know those comparison videos, those like largest comparison videos that just show, like, scroll through and show a bunch of statistics from like smallest to largest, or in this case it'd just be different materials or how much you can whatever consume before you... Six gallons is, I think, the limit. This is counting one setting though. This isn't counting, like... This is if you just drank 6 gallons of water straight up. 64 ounces. This is... It would be like drinking 12 of these 64 ounces in... Yeah, 12 of these 64 ounces of water that I have right here. Which is insane thinking about it. I can't even think about consuming that much. Even half of this at a time feels kind of ridiculous. I couldn't even imagine drinking 12 of those. $360 ounces. Jesus Christ, 23 liters. Is that how much 6 gallons is? Because I'm horrible with conversions. I'm okay with some conversions, but for the most part, I'm not that good. Especially certain conversions I don't use it often, like ounces and gallons and liters, because I don't usually use... Eventually I will be using them a bit more, but at the moment, not really. Maybe. Dang, that's absolutely insane, not gonna lie. What the heck? What's up, Jamie? Kinda weird that you make that comment when you have somebody that made a comment like that right before. This is just getting, this is just getting odd at this point. What's up, Tiggs? I really wouldn't say I get bored of things. It's more like I have to do other things. I'd say it's more like that. In my case, I don't really get bored of this, I'll be honest. Because at least I have my own thoughts to keep me occupied. So even if I wasn't talking about streaming or anything like that, or I wasn't talking while streaming. Well, until I got this done, obviously I wouldn't do this forever, but obviously I have a goal to reach, and that is to mine the overworld, the Nether, and the End. So, as long as I have that goal to reach, then I'm fine. So yes, it is something. It's not like I just didn't do this. I didn't do this on a whim. This was actually pretty heavily planned at the very beginning. It had to be, because this is probably one of the most insane solo projects. Besides, the only project that may top this is probably the 1-to-1 Earth project. I think that's really it, in terms of the insanity of it. That's the only project I can think of. The Potato War wasn't much, because it was only like 2 weeks. It was only like a couple hundred hours. Walking to the Farlands was barely around 1,000 hours, and that's at most. Yeah, the 1-to-1 is a bunch of people. It's like thousands of people, so it is a bit different. It's a bit different of a scaling of a project, but I still think it is a bigger project and more insane project than this one. Maybe not at the level, like, because here's the thing, while they do have a lot of supporting that project, I really don't technically. I mean, you guys technically support me, but at the same time, but it's not like I still have to run it. I still have to make the choice to do this project, so it's not like, even if I have all the support in the world, if I just don't make the choice to do the project, then it won't happen. But you have other people that will probably do the project regardless anyway, because there's so many people working on the project at the same time. So I guess it's really how you view it. Because you could say this project's more insane just because it's one person doing all of this by themselves just using raw willpower. Or you can say the insanity of, I mean, okay, so I'm just gonna mention something. The New York, somebody making New York, I think it's gonna take them like 40 years to do it solo. Just to put that in perspective, this project is only gonna take me 4 years. Somebody's trying to make New York by themselves. It's gonna take them roughly 40 years if they're current progress. If that puts any perspective on how long it would take to do it solo. That's just one city. I mean, it's a massive city, but don't get me wrong. Still absolute insanity. Like this project, I don't know how long. The one-to-one project may even last generations of how long it's gonna take. You never really know. I could be wrong about that though. What's up, Jonah? Trust me, I'm pretty sure most YouTubers 99.9% would quit after this, let's be honest. There really aren't that many people. There's probably a few, but not that many people that could really have the tenacity or the endurance to do this project. Especially in only 4 years. There's a guy, Sword King 090, he's doing this project technically. He's made good progress recently, but he's about to hit a 10-year anniversary of the project. He's the equivalent of KurtJMac, but he's at least making better progress at the moment, so at least there's that. He's technically the equivalent of KurtJMac, walking to the Farlands, and I'm technically the equivalent of Kilo. Kind of weird. Kind of a weird dynamic. Thank you, Tiggs. Mr. Zis dad joke. He is... Okay, so considering the progress he's making, he's probably almost... I think he's close to 15% done, which isn't saying that much, but he's making some pretty good progress, because it's not just him working on it, it's him and two of his other friends. Mr. Inflammable, I think is what it's called, and Baby Luna. I think those are the two names. There could be another person, I could be wrong about that, but that's what I know, at least. Those two people. Yes. I thought about that comparison a long time ago, just because of when Kilo started. I was like, that seems very similar to when I started this project. Very similar. I think the dynamic is, it's kind of weird how similar it actually is. Especially when you consider both of our types are very similar as well. And I think KurtJMac and Sword King also have very similar types, which makes it even weirdly, scarily the same. I would think, at least. I'm pretty sure Kurt's similar type then. I think it's roughly the same. Yes, he did. I think he did it right after Kilo got to the Farlands or something. He went to Kurt's stream, I think. And he said something on Kurt's stream. And then he congratulated him. The day of. I may disappear after I finish the Nether in the end though. I shouldn't, I will come back. I mean, to be fair, he may come back, because usually when one of us usually say we will come back, usually we will, even if it takes a long time. I don't really know what he's doing. I'm actually surprised he hasn't come back yet because of him, but I mean, to be fair, he finished his project. I mean, it's not like, I mean, he did say he was gonna do more, but there's a lot of things I said I was gonna do, but I never actually did, so I mean, I can't really say much. But I mean, to be fair, he did kind of promise that he was gonna do. There's a reason I don't really promise much, is because, at least I think he promised. I could be wrong, though. Yeah, Scenic dipped as well. Maybe after the Nether End, but I mean, to be fair, that's like the final trilogy. It's the final closure of my project, so it's a bit understandable. He said he was gonna maybe, I don't think he has any really motivation to do other projects though. Like he said he was gonna walk to the Cornerlands or something like that, but I mean, he also at the same time said that he didn't want to go off with one project, so I don't know. He's probably very conflicted, most likely. I really don't know what happened to Scenic. I feel actually, okay, I'm not gonna say I feel bad for, I mean, I kind of do, just because he was gonna be the one to go second to or be first to the Farlands. He could have been second, but there really isn't any point to him being second, especially since his main goal, his real goal, is to get to the Farlands first. And then we saw Kilo it making stupid amounts of progress. It was kind of funny because he said, we knew when I knew when Kilo found Scenic, whenever he started making crazy amounts of progress, because he was gonna actually finish this project, walking to the Farlands, way later, but he saw Scenic make insane progress over the years, or sorry, over the months. And then when we saw Kilo literally pull like 11-hour days, it's like, yep, he knew it was gonna catch up, so he just finished it. And there was no catching up after a while because he was already so far ahead. I mean, I think Kilo was at 3 point something million, and Scenic was barely even at 1 million, if not even. Is he really? That's kind of interesting. I guess he just doesn't have the motivation to do the project. I think he needs a new project to go on, because his main goal was to finish the project first. It's kind of similar if like Sword King really bucked up and somehow did some absurd amounts of progress in the next like 6 months or something like that and caught up to me and passed me. That would be pretty demotivating thinking about that. I really doubt it, considering I'm pretty far ahead. I know it's not a race, but it's kind of hard to not. It's kind of hard not to think of it as a race with SE Inferior, because impact with SE Inferior, trying to be the first one to do something is usually pretty meaningful for INJs in general, so it's not like, yeah, you get the idea. It seems like it would be quite demotivating for somebody, especially for a type like me. I don't think they're gonna catch up, just because there's so much more mining they actually have to do. Unless I took like a year break, maybe. Even then, he does have a full-time job now, so I have to still be on my toes. I don't know. They're quite. He's still pretty far behind. I mean, to be fair, he even mentioned that, like, if he doesn't finish it, I'm gonna be the one to finish it, so he at least knows that this project will be finished. Even if he doesn't finish it. What would be another good project you could do? I mean, I thought of doing mining Mount Everest after some point. Don't know what I'm doing, but, with a group of people. I don't know how reasonable of a project that is. With several hundreds of people, or, like, yeah, probably like 100 people or something like that. Mining out Mount Everest, or mining at least flat. I remember that project was going to be the thing. I mean, like, it's more of a solo thing, because Estian figures want to be soloist in terms of achievements. Because, you know, attention, they want the attention themselves. And no, that is not the reason why I'm doing this solo. This project was almost supposed to be solo anyway. I was gonna handle this by myself regardless if my friend didn't want to help. I was planning on doing solo regardless, just because I wanted to do it solo. And I knew not many people would have the willpower to stomach this project. At least I know there are some now, thinking about it. Will be the only one that doesn't do the work. I kind of would feel something like that at some point. Mine would be more like... I would be more or less... Yeah, it would be kind of that, actually. Or it would be that other people wouldn't be doing the work either. Or that people would try to not do the work and take credit for it or something like that. Just so they want to just do the work. That has also happened, or that can happen. I definitely at one point did consider this to be a group thing, but considering I already knew where I was going with this project and everything like that, I decided to take it in my own hands anyway. Okay, so if 3 people did it, they could probably finish this in a year and a half or so. If they reasonably had the same speed or the same amount of willpower. Same amount of willpower. Or even the desire to do this project. Because it's not really just willpower, because willpower is one thing, but having the desire to do it is another thing. Which it is attached to willpower, but... If the person, you could have all the willpower in the world, but if you don't have the desire to put the willpower into that thing, then it's not gonna work. You're just gonna stress yourself out horribly and then... Yeah. Interesting. Oh, live stream of bees. I want to see, does anybody know that bot baritone? I want to see a real-time, not a sped-up footage, a real-time of baritone with insta-mining. that where it just automatically mines and finds the best path to mine specific ores and resources. Imagine that it's basically a task bot, but for insta mining. Couldn't even imagine, but at the same time, it'd be amazing to see. Yeah, it is somewhat dependent on the world. This world is quite intimidating first getting on it because of the amount of water. The water actually isn't as bad as people think, though. Especially after clearing 2.4 million or 2 point something million blocks of water. Don't know many people who've cleared 2 million blocks of water in the world, but yeah, that's the thing. I don't even think that dome that, what is it, that water dome? Wait, no, he didn't even clear that, never mind. He didn't even clear that water, he just kind of domed it over, never mind. I can't think of anybody who's mined 2 million blocks of water. Pretty much, what's up, Fluff, Swifter? What's up, hello human? Yes, it is on Legacy. Thank God you didn't assume that it was not done Legacy and trying to tell me I should get Netherite. I've had way too many people do that. I do have a base. I have a base, I don't really have a house though, because a house would be very pointless on a world like this, not gonna lie, just because it's, yeah. There's really no point in having a house in this world, it's really just one giant base of storage and trading and enchanted books. Stuff like that. I have 2 bases because of how big the base got. It was lagging. The biggest buildings survival. I know Pippin, the person who's doing the 1-to-1 project, he did he built one of the largest bases I've ever seen in Minecraft ever. He had over 3,000 beacons for some reason. He had a really insane base. He's probably spent almost more time on that base than I have in this world, which is ridiculous thinking about it. It's one of the most insane projects I've seen in a, or most insane builds I've ever seen in this game. Like, I don't want to know how much time he's actually spent into this game in total. He spent way more than me. I could be underestimating a little bit on how much time I've actually spent in this world, to be honest, but I have spent a long time in this game actually as well. Not counting this world. Oh well. What's up, Rona? What? More water, yes. Why don't I do 36 hours? Because I'm actually focusing on other things. I think if it was during quarantine, I could have done it. Like the time when everything was shut down type of quarantine. Technically, quarantine is kind of lifted because of where I live. The masks are lifted where I'm at. I'm not going to go into too much, but yeah, that's it. I'm not too sure what you're trying to get me to say, but Yeah, no, right. Everything is lifted. Which honestly, I don't know actually how I feel about everything being lifted at the moment, but whatever. I'm not going to go into any of those. I can't really say anything. Because I haven't put any research into what is actually happening at the moment. I know a little bit, but that's it. Lol. What? I keep saying lol, even though it's actually, is it lol or lol? I actually don't know what the proper. It could be either one. It could be either one. I don't really know though. I know lol is really cringe, but most people just say lol. God, I can't even imagine using withers. It would be so messy. It'd be kind of ridiculous. Oh yeah, that was weird. I'm not doing anything like that again. What's up, Pie Man? Now we just need pie bits. And pumpkin pie, whatever his name was. And then we'll have all the pies. It was a random stream. I don't remember the stream. Somebody may remember it. It was one of the weirdest things I've ever done in a stream. Okay, what's up, Blazing Tempest? I will do a update video after this section, and then after this section, the next section will be 75%. So I'm doing it section by section basis because I'm not gonna do like a weekly thing or a monthly thing. I'm literally just going update by update. I may do it for the Nether, but for the overworld, there's at least some consistency with the overworld structure, so at least it's consistent. Oh god, you still have it. Yeah, no, I actually don't like that they took out the coordinates on console. Remember trying to do that? The coordinates help me way more because I get lost very easily. When they took that out, wow, that was kind of annoying to deal with. Because I get lost very easily. Yeah, I'm not surprised. I fall in lava. Like, lava just gravitates towards me for some reason. Or I gravitate towards lava. I don't know which one. And I feel like I'm going to fall in that lava a lot during the Nether. Unless I find out a consistent method of not dying. I may not be able to focus on chat that much, even though by that point I think my streams are going to be a bit bigger than... by that point, because by that... Oh my god, Jesus Christ, I hate using the same word over and over again, even though I do it all the time anyway. Whatever. By that point, the world will be... my channel will probably be quite a bit bigger. I don't know how big. And focusing on chat would be way harder, so it's going to be kind of hard to do anything on chat. So we're going to have the people that have been here for literally years. Actually, literally years. Kind of crazy to think about. To answer comments when that happens. How fast will I fall in lava and how fast will I die? Which one? I say 30 minutes when I'll die. And about 5 minutes when I fall in lava. Because I will somehow mess something up or I'll throw a pickaxe in the lava. And I'll have to restart I have to restart and lose like 2 or 3 hours. I will make, especially if you stay consistent throughout the rest of the streams, I will probably make a couple people here, especially since I know a lot of people here are quite dedicated to this channel, so probably the people would be like you, Sam, Pie Guy obviously, and probably some other people. I really don't know, it just depends on how consistent you are. Consistency is the key. And to be fair, I have to be consistent myself. I don't really blame people not joining these next couple of streams because I haven't streamed in 2 months, so it's not like consistency is going to matter, at least for now. Because I'm not going to be that consistent until maybe a month or so from now. I don't really know. Oh yeah, you could read messages very quickly. I mean, remember how many spammers there were when I first blew up? Or not the first time, but during May. There were quite a few, there was a few spammers, not that many. Luckily they all kind of went away after a while. Because they got bored. Just outlast them. This channel can easily outlast a lot of these spammers. Because of how, not just boring the content is, but just... When I mean boring, I mean like, in terms of entertainment wise, obviously this channel isn't really that great for that. I mean, it wasn't the main intention for this channel in the first place, so... And you can just outlast the spammers. They eventually quit because they'll either forget that this channel even exists in the first place, like some people have apparently, which I'm not surprised considering some of my inconsistencies, and just because some people just don't check up on this channel until like literally months and months in advance. What's up? This is fine. Let's see here. I don't really know. The Discord, you're gonna have to prepare some mods for Discord, because I know Kilo's Discord got absolutely bombed whenever he blew up. That Discord went to insane heights in this short period of time. Like, my god. It's crazy he's still gaining subscribers, too. I need to take notes on whenever he blows up, because I know... I don't think I'm gonna blow up as far as he is. Maybe. But you never know. This channel could just sporadically blow up at any minute. Because for some reason it does. Just like a couple mods just to keep people from posting either bad things or something, or spamming. So, or just, we need to stuff. Actually, we can get the inactive mods, like, and see if they can help. Because I know a lot of the inactive mods are actually people that I know, so And they'll probably be to this project. They'll see this project be finishing because I'll tell them. Because I actually have contact with them. So there is that. So it's not like we have to get rid of them. It's just more like we just need to tell them because. To be fair, this Discord isn't exactly that active. I mean, it may be a bit more active because I haven't been on the Discord in a while, to be honest, but... Oh god. Can't even imagine leaking my address. If I didn't die in the Nether. That'd be such a good promise. I'm definitely gonna try my hardest not to die in the Nether, but I think it's almost inevitable. Okay. Wait, what is that actually? I don't know what that is either. Never mind. Honestly, for I'm learned, you literally, there's like no stupid questions. In this world, I'll be honest, I've really learned that. Really isn't. Even if it's the most trivial thing in the world, if it's something you really don't know, you might as well just figure it out just because. I mean, as long as it has some, I mean, I guess if it has some meaning, it's fine, but if it's something so trivial to the point where it's like, there's no point in even knowing that whatsoever, then maybe. I don't know. Not entirely. I'd say for the most part there aren't any stupid questions. Oh god, here we go. Pineapple on pizza. It's like the biggest debate of the century, even though it shouldn't even be a debate. Because it's literally just a topping on a pizza. I hope people really don't take pineapple on pizza that seriously in terms of a debate, because you're really just wasting your time. Like, if it's from a curiosity standpoint, then, and you want to know it, and you think it's a stupid question to ask somebody, then you might as well just go and ask it. Even if they, like, shame you for it. It doesn't matter. It's more of a, it's them just being very arrogant, thinking that, why do you not know that? It's a stupid common sense bias thing. Or not even bias, it's just arrogance, common sense. Common sense is common arrogance. I would have to say. Because it technically is arrogance, because it's like, oh yeah, everybody should know that. Because, you know, I'm so sensible with, what I know. I'm so into what everybody knows. I'm gonna shun somebody because they don't know the specific fact that I know. Because weird superiority complex. What's up, Brayden? Okay, so what's up, AFI Gaming? No, it's a superiority complex. It's like, why don't you know that? It's not about the fact itself. It's why other people don't know it. It's like you're kind of assuming that other people don't know it. Don't know a specific fact. Which makes you arrogant by default in that case. It's like, wow. Only 15. 15 is actually pretty high. It usually doesn't get up to 15 at this point. Usually it goes down. Oh, it is Pi Day. Wow, I didn't even think about that till you mentioned that. I really did not realize that till you said something. It's kind of weird. Did not realize that. That's the other thing is, it's like that's another thing about the food thing. Why they're questioning why people eat something. Why are you questioning what other people eat? Just like one of my friends, his dad, always questioned why he did something, why he ate something specific. Or how he ate something specific. It's like, why are you eating it like that? This is how you should eat, or not how you should eat it, but he's questioning how he's eating something. It's like, why does it matter how somebody eats something? It's kind of the same concept of the common sense thing. Yeah, exactly. It's just an opinion. Especially opinion like that. I mean, if it was an opinion about something that was a bit more reasonable. Like, if it was an opinion about something that could potentially be bad or good. A very meaningful opinion, sure, that's different. I was expecting your opinion would be different in that case, but it's about food. Kind of weird. I wouldn't really say weird, but it's really interesting. I don't really consider things weird, I just consider them interesting. Because I like knowing why people do things. Which is kind of one of the reasons why I learned the science in the first place. The analytical psychology science, and it helps me understand why people do specific decisions and how they do it. Even from a nurtural standpoint, you can almost tell somebody's nurture just off of their nature. It's kind of hard to do. You have to know their nature very well, but it's somewhat possible at least. Nurture just helps finding nature. The puzzle, it's like nature, you can only figure out so much of their nature at a given time, but if you have the nurture, you can finally figure out their full nature. You can't really figure out their full nature without their nurture. Kind of weird. Alright, see, this is fine. Yeah, I did accidentally kill a bat. It's kind of weird. It wasn't weird. It was coincidental. I keep saying weird. I think it's because everybody else says weird. I need to stop saying weird, because weird just sounds weird, right? No, I just kind of contradict myself in that one sentence. Kind of hit the mic on accident. What's up, goat boy? I actually am doing practical things now, for once. But, I do have a reasoning. I have my reasonings in a video. It's also one of the reasons why I'm not putting that much time into this project, because I am trying to do practical things. Like learning programming. Good example. I know that technically isn't that practical, but it's way more practical than this for obvious reasons. I'm not going to be spending too much time on this project in the future, but I really don't know what time. I may just hit this project out in one go at some point. If I'm really just want to finish this project, I'm going to do it at some point. Once I finally get everything together, practically speaking. Honestly, I don't think there's really any food that I don't eat. I'm really the description of a garbage bin. I'm about as close as you can get to one when it comes to food. I started this project when I was 17. Just turning 17. And I'm 20. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not too sure. I could probably do this, but it would still take a little bit because it's been so long. But, like, if I bit straight into a tomato or something like that. I don't know. Straight up, just a giant tomato. Like, I can eat tomatoes just fine on anything, but I don't know about just straight up just biting one straight into one. It's been so long since I've done something like that. I could do it. I don't know if I would do it every single day ever, but it's not something it's not that big of a deal. I don't know. I've never been much of an experimenter with food. I think the reason I haven't been much of an experimenter is because I literally live with SI parents and SI heroes. And they're very, picky about their foods. Oh, sorry, not picky about their foods, picky about how they have their foods. Quite often. And they question why I have food, or why I have that quality of food, or stuff like that all the time. It's like, yeah. Now, honestly, I don't really bother with experimenting with foods, different types of foods. Nope, Code Red is right now. Oh god. I eat ridiculously fast though. Like, I'm talking, sometimes I eat kind of slow, but most of the time I eat ridiculously fast. I find it interesting how SI users, either love eating a lot of weird things, or they're absolutely hate it. Like, it's almost a polar, they're just so polar opposite when it comes to stuff like that. It's kind of interesting how that works. Especially when it comes to food, new experiences specifically, just experiences in general. Some are very okay with new experiences, some are just completely shut off of new experiences. Now that's pretty interesting. I know nurture, obviously, yeah, nurture has a big part to play in it. And if SI users get comfortable for too long in one thing, or they get comfortable with doing stuff different, SI childs are really interesting in that case. I don't really have a favorite game, to be honest. That's definitely something that, even though I do have played games for a long time, I really don't have a favorite game. Especially now, I'm trying to get away from stuff like that. I'm trying to get into more practical things, like programming and stuff like that. And reading. I'm trying to get more into loving to read and stuff like that. Not really from a comfort standpoint, but more from a, hey, you should probably do this because it could be useful in the future, that type of thing. It's more of a moral standpoint. Kind of a moral standpoint and an SE inferior standpoint. TI child FI critic standpoint. It's kind of that thing. I'm trying to build my practicality. What's up, Joanne? You cannot. This is a solo project, so I actually have not had food poisoning. And that's saying a lot considering you have TE parent. The intro must be ridiculously long. If that's the case, because you've even mentioned that you've gone through a whole Harry Potter book in what, like couple days or something like that. I do hate the fact that I have to analyze everything, but it is really cool that I just kind of keep everything if I analyze it. Like, it may take longer for me to learn something, technically, like learn a subject, but I really have that subject down in my head. That's the good thing about it. It's like, it may take forever for me to learn something, at least in terms of actually logically researching it, but I can actually take that learning and make other subjects I can learn even faster learning other subjects because I can just use analogies, logical analogies of one subject to another, and it becomes a snowball after a while. Kind of what I'm trying to do. Kind of funny. I bought a few books recently for future reference. I want to just learn a bunch of subjects, even for the heck of it. I mean, I'm trying to learn practical subjects first, and then I want to learn a little bit more. A few other subjects like physics or something like that. For example, of a subject. Just to have an understanding. I just want to understand things. More and more things. So I can use them analogous to other things, possibly. I think that's the word. Yes, I do have I do have pets, 3 pets. A cat, he's right here. And then I have 2 dogs. That's it. Oh yeah, it's kind of weird. Luckily I have Kindle. If you want to read books, just get a Kindle account. Very useful. You can just go on your phone and just look up the book and you'll be good. Obviously not all books are available on Kindle, but quite a few of them are. And if you want to do audiobooks, you can do that as well. Like, I'm not trying to, okay, when it comes to math, I'm not going to try to, like, go full on in-depth on math. I'm just going to, at least a decent understanding of it myself. Because I just need, really, from what I've noticed, for me to just understand something, I just need reference points. And if I don't understand something, I just need more reference points. Until eventually I will logically get it. So that's why programming is so confusing when you first start, is because even for TI users in general, it's because they only have a little bit of reference points and it doesn't click until they learn enough. Because it's one giant puzzle, basically. Even the equations aren't gonna be. I mean, I could learn some. At least the maybe not the maybe not memorize the equations themselves, but at least the like. What does A is acceleration or so? You get the idea. Like just the variables. At least learn the variables. I can at least do that. I'm not gonna try to memorize the equations. I mean, if I can understand the variables, I think I can understand the equations, so there's actually really no point in me understanding the equations themselves. I mean, I guess I can understand why the equations are like that. There's at least that. From a logical standpoint. I don't actually have to 100% memorize the equation, I can just look up the equation if I wanted to, but I'm not going to go in depth on that. I just want a decent understanding of different subjects. That even includes history. I'm going to get a US and world history book as well. Just to have in the future, obviously. I'm not going to be learning history now. I need to focus on more practical things at the moment. Just this is more like if I'm bored. 'Cause I'm probably going to be pretty bored after this project. The programming part is for like actual career. Oh, I meant like variables, just learning the letter, like how A is acceleration in physics, for example. That's like a standard variable. Just like the variables themselves, not really like A equals V0 minus, sorry, V minus, yeah, was it A equals V, which V, shoot, what is it? Would V equals speed, A equals acceleration. To get acceleration, you take the initial speed, which is VF, and then you subtract it with the, sorry, you take the ending speed and subtract it by the initial speed, which is V0 or VO, and then divide it by the time. So, you know, you get the idea. Like, just something like that. I mean, I could probably remember the formulas. Am I going to put all the effort into the formulas? Not really. Oh, yes. Oh, that's just the acceleration. I'm telling you, I mean, that was only like a couple minutes of learning physics, so I literally haven't went in depth. I just wanted to look at for just a couple of minutes. Acceleration is literally just the initial point, or sorry, not the initial point, the ending speed minus the starting speed divided by time. How to get time divide, sorry, how to get speed is distance divided by time. Speed is literally just how far do you travel in a given period of time. The average speed. That's not just, well, yeah, the average speed. Average acceleration as well. Because acceleration in itself doesn't exactly, isn't consistent through objects. Not 100% unless you're talking about the velocity of something, which is 9.8 meters per second, which is the gravitational speed of objects to Earth. Dang, I learned a little bit more than I thought I did. Jesus Christ. This was only a couple minutes looking into it. Wi-Fi hamster. But yeah, you get the idea, right? I may just look at. I'm just looking into a book. I'm not really. I'm just trying to use the keywords of physics and stuff like that. I mean, I'll probably just learn the core concepts of physics. It's a pretty good book. It shows like temperature, velocity, temperature, speed of object, like everything, basically everything in physics, just from a broader perspective. I know there's more in-depth parts of physics with different books, like higher level. Jerk slash instant acceleration. Like, I don't even care about solving problems. I don't care about actually solving real, or sorry, not solving real. I mean, I could solve real problems, but it's kind of hard for me to get formulas in my head though, because I'm not a TE user. I can't just use formulas on a piece of paper. I actually have to do everything in my head, which is kind of hard to do in something like. I mean, I could do it if I put the effort into learning physics well enough. So I guess I could solve some problems. I just want more of the theory behind physics. I mean, the equations will be a bonus. It's more or less the theory. Even though physics is only one of the subjects I'm thinking about studying myself. But isn't that the capitals mean different things in this case? What does delta mean? In this case, what does delta mean? Oh, never mind, I just saw that. I'm stupid. I literally just saw that comment for some reason. I'm practically blind sometimes. So delta, the change in velocity over the change in time. So what is A, capital A? Because I know acceleration usually is a lowercase a, but at least from what I've seen, are there differences? Alright, see you, Pie Man. Or is acceleration literally capital A? Because I saw acceleration being... Unless that technically means the same thing, but I don't really know. Wow, that was such a bad jump. Well, what does the A, like capital A, actually mean? Because I know lowercase a is acceleration, at least from what I've seen. Is it, or does the capital actually matter? Or no? In something like that. Because I know in specific subjects, capitals don't mean much, but in something like physics, would it change? Wait, what? I thought acceleration was... I'm really confused. Are there two different ways to calculate acceleration? Okay, so same letter being used. Is where capitals matter. Okay, That makes sense. So do they mean the same thing, technically? They're just two different equations? Because I know, like, because it's kind of weird that acceleration has two different, if this is correct or not, I don't know. But if acceleration has two different, either definitions or two different equations. If I'm missing something here, I don't really know. I know I'm probably putting way too much into this, but I'm just really confused at why. Like, I understand the concept of acceleration, but at the same time, this is average acceleration, though. As well. Oh god, the bitrate is bad, Jesus Christ. What is happening? Okay, gotcha, it is the same wording. That's good to know. What is happening to my stream? Or the stream, whatever. What's up, Robert? What is happening? Is internet dying? For some reason. Also, I think, it's fine if I stop, I've noticed. More like my internet's having a stroke. It should stop soon, hopefully. I don't know. I mean, to be fair, you don't really have to look at the screen. It's not like it's a big deal. I guess you're gonna have to live with it for now until it goes up. Sabash. Yeah, I'm just trying to get the concepts. Okay, yeah, it's going up again. Yeah, it's fine now. It was at second kilobits per second of throughput. Thank God for networking, knowing some of these terminologies, actually understanding them now. Like, I don't like how long it takes me for to gather information, but dang, is it really nice knowing it. Well, that happened. Wow, now it's really buffering. Now everything's buffering, jeez. Oh, it's coming back. No, it's not. It did for like a second. Nope. Wow, it's really tripping. What the heck? What? I'm so confused. I had a good stream yesterday too. What the heck is happening? Wi-Fi, why are you dying on me?